Welcome to the annual fundraising banquet for Doe River Gorge Ministries. I'm so glad that you're here and thank you so much for attending. I'm Riley Vernon and I'll be your host for the evening. One of my favorite things to do, besides hosting large event banquets of course, is to play soccer with my friends. John Louder is one of my best friends who I was blessed to be teammates with last season. His father, Michael Louder, is an incredible soccer coach and former national player for the Netherlands. Not too long after I met John, I learned that his mom, Becky, was dying from breast cancer. Our family began living life alongside the Louders. We cooked and ate meals with them. We gave John and his brother Andrew regular rides to soccer practice and games. And we even organized the building of an octoball court in their uber cool backyard that doubles as every soccer player's dream. On September 16th, 2016, Becky ended her battle with cancer and decided to trade her broken body in for a new one and go live with Jesus. After the funeral, while John's family was here visiting from Holland, we invited them all out to Doe River Gorge for a tour. John's uncle absolutely fell in love with the camp and asked if his daughter, Chelsea, who wasn't able to attend the funeral, could come here for the Netherlands for the summer. God worked out the details for her to attend and be mentored by our lead horse wrangler, Jessica Ostrander. And I'm so glad she did because this happened.
My name is Chelsea, and I'm from the Netherlands. I just came here for the first time at the river, and I didn't know anything about Jesus or God. And 1 or 2 weeks ago, I became a Christian.
Isn't that awesome? She even got baptized before she went home. Plus, all 4 of Michael's kids, John, Andrew, Hannah, and Elizabeth, attended camp this summer and learned more about Jesus. I'm here because of my parents, Ryan and Jennifer Vernon, and we, alongside my brother Reese, live at Doe River Gorge where my dad serves as the program director. Growing up my entire life at camp has been awesome and has had a huge impact on my life. God has used the relationships and the teaching that I've received there from Mama Graham, my counselors, and my friends to shape my view of who God is. I placed my faith in Jesus there, and I was also baptized by my dad at the lake at Doe River. But the story didn't begin there. I'm here now, and who I am now, because of how God orchestrated my parents' story alongside the beginning of Doe River Gorge 30 years ago. Watch this. Don't worry, no one's about to get hurt.
My name is Ryan Vernon, and I serve as the program director at Doe River Gorge, where I live with my wife Jennifer and our 2 sons Riley and Reese. In many ways, my spiritual journey has paralleled that of Doe River Gorge. We moved here from Knoxville, where I had finally felt like I had established roots. You see, I was a junior in high school at Bearden, playing varsity soccer there in a starting position. I had a girlfriend. I finally felt like I was in a place where I belonged at our church and had a great group of friends there. For a 17-year-old that grew up my entire life as an Air Force brat, moving from one Air Force base to another for the first 12 years of my life, getting this news was like getting the wind knocked out of me. I quickly became angry and bitter towards God. I couldn't believe we were moving my senior year in high school. Terry Mahan, our founder and CEO here at Doe River Gorge, was the youth pastor at Grace Fellowship Church at that time, where we began attending church when we moved here. He had his hands full, to say the least, with me. I didn't want to be anywhere near the church or God or have anything to do with that. They were having trouble getting me to attend the youth group, so they got together with my parents and decided to host youth group at our house. I still didn't show up. Back in the early 80s, I began attending a summer camp with my church. It was there at a Wanata Valley camp that God laid it on my heart to pursue camping ministry, even though at that young age, I didn't have a clue as to where to go or how to do it. By 1987, the year after I graduated, that dream was all but distant and forgotten. But like Forrest Gump always said, that's when God showed up, and he completed the purchase of Doe River Gorge. At the time, I was in no shape to be in ministry, but God began the process of lovingly restoring and healing me. Early on, Terry would host the youth meetings out here from Grace Fellowship Church, and he invited me to come and share my testimony. And eventually I began leading high adventure activities here at Doe River Gorge as well. And in 1991, they sent me to a high angle rescue training called Tennessee Mountain Rescue, where I met my wife Jennifer, and we fell in love there and learned how to tie a different kind of knot. Admittedly, she fell in love with Doe River before she fell in love with me, but God once again surely knew what he was doing when he blessed me with her. We were married in 1992 by our good friend and mentor Art Pierce, who had taken me under his wing out here and discipled me. Now, as I look back, God, even though he had to bring me along kicking and screaming as a spoiled, rotten teenager, he had a plan all along, a plan to give me a future and a hope. I look at where we're at now with our two sons, raising them at Doe River Gorge, and I realize God's sovereignty in it all.